With a population of over 28 million inhabitants spread across 475,440 square kilometers, the beautiful country of Cameroon, officially known as La République du Cameroun for the French and for the English, the Republic of Cameroon, is certainly Africa in miniature. A nation blessed with abundant flora and fauna, natural resources and cultural heritage sites of interest, Cameroon is strategically positioned at the crossroads between West and Central Africa, being categorized as being in both territories. Although English and French are the official languages, Cameroon is also Africa's most ethnically and culturally diverse nation, having more than 250 native languages. Its most populous cities are Douala on the Wuri River, doubling as the economic capital and main seaport, while Yaoundé is the political capital. This is Cameroon like you've never seen before. The natural features in the nation of Cameroon include the likes of beaches, deserts and mountains, rainforests and savannas. The highest point of the country doubles as the highest point in all of Central and West Africa, being Mount Cameroon at about 4,100 meters, located in the southwest region. Hiking the mountain is not only every adventurer's dream, but it also comes with a lot of perks, like viewing the beautiful landscape, shrub and forest vegetations, as well as surviving the thrill of ascending the summit of Mount Cameroon. Little wonder why every year the Race of Hope brings together hundreds if not thousands of visitors at the foot of the mountain in the town of Buea. The southwest region is one of the 10 regions of Cameroon, all of which have very touristic and appealing sites. To begin with, it will take some good 6 to 7 hours from the capital city Yaoundé to get to Betua. Located more precisely in the southeast, Betua is the capital of the East region of Cameroon. The city, with a population of over 88,000 inhabitants, serves as the traditional home of the Gbaya people of the East. The landscape is vast and beautiful to view. To an extent, it feels like traveling to another African country altogether. When it's evening in Betua, just as most other regions, there's just one thing in mind: street food, and there's lots of options. Most common, as it's known by locals, poisson braisé or grilled fish. It's customary to eat this type of street food anywhere you are in Cameroon. Grilled fish or poisson braisé is a typical street food consisting of fresh fish roasted and spiced and eaten with cassava chunks or cooked cassava rolls, popularly known as bobolo. Traveling to the east will definitely not be worth it without a visit to the village of Mbang, where the only primary school in that village, known as the Mission School of Hope, serves indeed as a beacon of hope to the children of the village. There are also the Baka Pygmies of Mbang, who have lived for hundreds of years. And this population have their unique lifestyle, from their hunting to their huts to marriage and to their cultural activities. Mbang is indeed a place to visit. Another region with the most common population of pygmies, aside the east, is the south region. And one of the major towns in the south region is Kribi, a town known for being a favorite hotspot for grilled fish or poisson braisé by the seaside with cocoa drink, and reputed to be the home of the Lobo Falls. While at Kribi, it is worth getting by the large fish market, where if you're lucky, you'd find the biggest fish to roast. Heading to Grand Batanga from Kribi, you'd soon arrive the entrance to the forest of the Grand Batanga Pygmies. It's quite a jungle, a natural forest with squirrels, birds and hares in the thicket. To think that a whole civilization can be sustained here is quite a wonder, but then it is. Unlike the Baka Pygmies of Mbang in the East region, the Grand Batanga Pygmies don't live in huts. Instead, they make thatched open space shelters. And they have a specific tree where they all gather and discuss together, like some reunion, even though they have quite a small community. The East region is also home to breathtaking waterfalls such as the Lagoon Waterfalls and the Chute de la Lobe, or known as the Lobo Falls. The Chute de la Lobe is reputed to be used as a water massage point where tourists just sit beneath the fall to have the water splash on their backs repeatedly. The smallest region in Cameroon, which is home to the Bamileke and the Bamum tribes, is the West Region. The West Region is over 3 million inhabitants and spans an area of about 14,000 square kilometers. Her 8 departments being Bambutos, Haut-Nkam, Haut-Plateau, Konki, Menua, Mifi, Ndei, and the Noon. Generally, the people of the West have very strong ties to their culture and traditional rites, especially indigents of the Bamileke and the Bamum. Traditional dishes in the West region are the likes of fufu and kui, achu and yellow soup, pounded Irish and black beans, to name a few. The inhabitants of the West region are renowned for their business acumen and cultural displays. The Fumban Palace is one of the most interesting places to visit while at the West region. There is a rich history about the origin of the Bamileke and Bamun people at the palace, as a royal historian is usually on standby at the palace to take you on a tour around the place. The construction of the palace itself is a work of pure genius. Among the many beautiful natural sights to behold and visit in the West is Fongotongo, a communal village and department of Menua, located 13 kilometers from the big city of Chang. Here you'll find La Chute de Mamiwata, or the Mermaid Waterfall. This waterfall has a staggering height of 82 meters, rushing into a winding river in the heart of a sacred forest. The Mermaid Waterfall is set at the foot level between a vast vegetation, 2 kilometers from point of entry to the foot of the waterfall. There are other very interesting sites in the West region, such as Fumbot Mbapit, which is a volcano in Cameroon culminating at nearly 2,000 meters high in Bamun. The crater lake of Mbapit is quite a popular tourist destination, and there's an interesting fact. This giant earth stump is reputed to have once poured black lava onto the surrounding plain. Not far from Fumbot Mbapit is the district of Mbuda. A waterfall known to be sacred has gained lots of attractions, known as La Chute de la Mechette. The Mechette Falls, as it's also known, are located around Bafoussam, the capital of the West region. It is common to find things like salt, red oil and palm wine, which are being offered to the water god, a practice sustained in the West region for centuries. The site is quite a stunner, as you get the natural feeling of being surrounded by years of ancient untampered civilization. According to legend, the Mechette Falls has held its reputation from the colonial era. During the period of independence between 1955 and 67, some Cameroonian nationalists were thrown there by the French army and loyalist forces. The locals even say it is a place of sacrifices to remove the curse and mourn the dead. Still in Bafoussam, in the Baling community, there is the Lake Baling. This lake has existed for over 2 million years now. Lake Baling, also called Lake Savichi, is a crater lake formed following a volcanic eruption dating back several thousands of years, located at an altitude of 1,374 meters in the peri-urban space of the agglomeration of Bafoussam. This site has been included in the Natural Heritage List as an item of intangible cultural heritage since 2020. When you get to Lake Baling, it's like magic happens altogether. As the sun rays strike the glittering surface of the lake, with trees flanking on either side, the waters look so green and beautiful to behold. Here the inhabitants, who are also the Bamilekes and some Bamum, pray and offer lots of sacrifices to the water god. Moving away from Lake Baling and 13 kilometers away from Chang, we arrive at the Irish potatoes cultivation farm at Fongotongo. The Irish potato farmland is vast and has several ridges on which the seedlings are planted. It is said that a bag of potatoes harvested here would sell for $37 and that's about 18,000 Central African francs. The West region is indeed blessed, and so is the Southwest region of Cameroon. One of the most prominent sites, however, to visit in the southwest are the Twin Lakes of Monenguba. The Twin Lakes are a pair of caldera lakes on Mount Monenguba, straddling the border of the southwest and littoral regions in Cameroon. They sit at an elevation of 6,300 feet, located in Mbangem, Coupe Monenguba subdivision in the southwest region of Cameroon, and surrounded by rolling hills, lush vegetation and smoky skies. The area's appealing sacredness is well talked about in the country and has gained a great deal of popularity amongst tourists. The Twin Lakes hold a strong cultural significance for the indigenous Bakossi people. One of the Twin Lakes, shaped in the form of an African map, is considered female. Its waters appear blue in color, while the other lake by its side, with green waters, is considered male. What is also remarkable about the Twin Lakes is that they are believed to present different forms of energies, the female lake being more gentle and welcoming in energy, while the male lake represents a stronger foreboding force. Moving over to the northern part of the country, the Adamawa, North and Far North regions are exceptional in beauty, landscape cattle rearing, and overall cultural diversification. As earlier mentioned, Cameroon has over 250 ethnicities, and a major part of this can be represented in the northern regions. Ngaoundéré is the capital of the Adamawa region, while Gara and Mara politically represent the north and the far north regions respectively. In the northern regions, some of the most wonderful sights that welcome and beckons on tourists to visit annually are the likes of Lake Tyson, the Ngaounda Barrage and the Lamidate of Ngaoundéré. Every year, the Mondeng Festival is held in the north, which brings together cultural groups from Chad, Cameroon, and northern Nigeria to commemorate their cultural heritage. Further up north, villages like Bimeru, Hwangai, and Kwailo, where the mountains are home to the common leaf-wearing tribe, have a rich history. Overall, Cameroon is home to over 250 ethnicities spread across her 10 regions. Her natural wonders and historic sites are, in a phrase, breathtaking, jaw-dropping, and overall inspiring. It is worthwhile to not only visit but experience the beauty of Africa in miniature, Cameroon. You'll always be welcome to Cameroon.